Welcome to the jungle. Here we are. We're turn 40. This is where we left off. We already did our part for the Pythium War, and now we're raiding back these provinces that and are split with Machaka. They are gonna belong to us. We are sending here just some remnants of the stuff that we had left over from conquering the lakes, from losing our attack on Pythium's cap. This is the script. Should be enough because I can already see that there's only one PD here, but in case he raises the PD or sends us a small commitment party, we will be able to take it. Let's see how it goes. So there's nothing is gonna be just a cleanup job. Turn 41. Here we have Machaka attacking Pythium's capital. Finally, let's see the battle. Eagle Eyes. Army of Immaculate Mounts. That's a cool spell. Oaken Army. Bane Fire Darts. Let's see the buff from Immaculate Mounts. Is it on morale? Yeah. Battle Fright. Oh, I don't remember exactly what it does. I think magic resistance. Is that it? Well, I can't see. Anyway, on Pythium's side, we have the community. He got a lot of. Oh, these are Theurgs. These are acolytes. Yeah, he didn't. He couldn't recruit more of the little communion slave guys. Seems like the Banefire darts are doing a lot of damage. Yeah, I think it was a good call to cast Eagle Eyes before, because since this is a ranged attack, they get more precise. And Twilight. How? Cast by this Lar from Pythium. Pythium has a lot of path diversity. Very cool nation. Yeah, these guys are decaying a lot. Now come the Soul Slays. But there's nothing from it. Cataphracts here. Didn't get to the back. The Titan got her kit back. And Faithful. So Faithful, I had it from defeating Bogus's party, and she probably took it from me when I attacked the capital. And now, if Machaka wins this, it's gonna pass to Machaka. Doesn't seem like he has thugs to deal with this. Here we already can tell what's gonna happen, right? Somebody's coming. Voice of the Hunters with the Champion's Medal. And he has awe. But is paralyzed by the Astral Shield. False Horrors. Full spell. It's helping distract. Forgot to put on team colored squares. and they rout. Yeah, they're already in a bad shape when I had my Pyrrhic defeat against them, and now it's gonna be clear. These spiders are so strong. Normally, with mounted units, a lot of them have low protection, low MR. Not these ones, and a lot of HP too. Sick. This is the result. He brought in 100, no, 70 black hunters and lost 21. And Pythium, a lot of them retreated, but 5 Theurgs died. The Titan probably retreated outside, lost almost all the Serpent Cataphracts and the big PD dump, of course. Yeah, now it's going to be easy for Machaka. Now, recall that my first profit was my starting scout that I used to raise the Dominion candles on the capital province. So the Nidbatads and Nid here, when recruited, would have more Scar Souls. We lost that profit in our Pyrrhic defeat on Pythium's cap, and now I profited a new commander. And let me find him. Got him. I picked a Sith Barender apprentice, an Astro random, to be the prophet. And you may ask, why did you pick your weakest mage? Well, the reason is, and actually Pythium reminded me, this guy, if I put him as communion master, he can raise his holy paths and cast divine channeling and fanaticism, which are great spells. And of course, I could have picked another good astro mage like the crows, but then they would cast spells also when they're off script from death and air. And death and air spells, the mages that I want to be my communion slaves, which would be my other astral Sith Baranders, or my lizards, because as you remember, Pythium built this fort in the lizard swamp here, where we're getting one lizard shaman every turn, would get extra fatigue from the paths that they don't have. So this is the reason I want a guy with only astral paths as my prophet. And I knew about this since Dominions 5, but I forgot because I think there was a change in Dominion 6 where Power of the Spheres doesn't raise your holy levels anymore. And somehow I memorized that as applying to communions too, but it's not true. If you're a mage, communion master, and you have holy paths, the holy paths are raised by the communion as well. I am doing an empower on air with one of my air threes. I thought I already had an air three, and this was a mistake, but I didn't. I checked, I couldn't find any air threes, but the air threes are possible because you start with air one, and then you have 2 times 1 in 4 chances of getting air. And it's going to be very expensive to get them to air 4, but I want air 4 to be able to craft the air boosters. This turn, by the way, I didn't have the file, so I don't have. You see, there's a lot of defense here. I don't have the orders. The only orders you're seeing are the orders put in last turn. But it's okay. We're not missing anything. We're basically done with this war. We're preparing to take this throne. We're preparing to attack Sceleria, as we said last episode. And it's just a couple of turns. I checked. I could at least get the file. This game uses the Clockwork bot for Discord, and you can go on the dashboard on that app and ask for the bot to send you a Discord message with the turn file. So you get the turn file when the turn rolls, but the orders you put are only saved on your side. So I apologize that a few of the turns here are not going to have the scripting, the orders I gave on that turn, but I checked and we're not missing anything, and it's only a couple of turns anyway. And later I get much more diligent with actually saving every turn. But we can see evidence here that uh, we are doing side searching the paths that we don't have with the mage, our mages, with the pretender. Uh, our tainted presence scroll here with the good paths has searched. Here I made a breathing ring, so we're progressing in that front too. Another throne was claimed, Shinoyama. So the throne situation we already know is really bad for us. Turn 42. Pythium brought his Titan out to fight. We know all of this because we're scouting. And they lost. They lost. The Titan retreated last battle because the whole army was routed. And the Titan has a chance now to fight on his own against Machaka's army. And let's see what happens. Summon Earth Power, Body Ethereal. Oh, the mage buffing got insta-killed by the Draconians here. And now come the spiders. So she's regenerating, has our faithful. And are the spiders doing damage? Doesn't have Astro Shield. I think the Draconians jumping in interrupted the script. False horrors again, but they can get paths. Because the spiders are size 9, they just cover the squares around her, just 8 squares. So how are they gonna deal with this? Let's speed it up. Blood poisoning. Now she's poisoned. How can I check? Harass penalty, poisoned on attack skill, minus 22%. Okay, so that's good. 41 damage. What was that 41 damage? Penetration roll. Yeah, she's taking 0 points of damage from all attacks. I don't know exactly what's causing all this damage. Let's check here. Or she died due to 9 points of lingering poison. So that was a good call. But the spiders aren't hitting. Here it is, I found it. Sorcerer hit Titan with ranged attack Bane Fire for 41 points of damage. Good spell. Great spell. Hit some of his spiders too, but that's the price you have to pay. And then that small group that uh, attacked the province that is ours in a split, attacked the other one. The exact same group which we saw the split before is just leftover troops. With a mage. I don't mind losing these units because this guy doesn't research very well anyway. I don't need a nature one. So I take the 1 PD again. But an unexpected event happens in the marshlands. Phantasmal warriors have appeared within the mist-covered highlands. And we have one illusion captain and a lot of water illusions. The problem with these guys, they only have one hit point, but they're ethereal. So you really need magic weapons to hit them. Otherwise, most attacks are negated. And they do false damage, which counters regen. And they're very easy to deal with if you're prepared. We just have these troops that were there to kill one PD or die if they didn't win because they don't matter for us. But yeah, even our bears with 2 attacks are not getting through. You can see the false damage appears in pink. Our cub warriors are maybe killing some of them, but yeah, one died there. Now it's up to our Ictids. Another one died, but now they're surrounded and everybody routs. It's okay, no big deal. At least it's not with Pythium anymore. Turn 43. Now Sceleria is taking the provinces that were given to him. He already took this fort and he's just cleaning up. Machaka has sieged down the fortification, so Pythium is going to be gone soon. And we attacked the marshlands that we had already taken, but the site made an attack with illusions. We killed a few of them, but now we're more prepared. We have better units. We have our need here to bless our sacreds. They don't have magic weapons, but they should do better. And we summoned some Shade Beasts. The Shade Beasts, I think, are a good death summon for the start of the game. They have this reanimating bite, which is magic damage. We won't get the benefit of rising them as soulless, but it's going to negate the ethereal. Plus, the numbers alone is enough. Yeah, the Shade Beasts clean them up very quick. Now, this cursed province gave us another attack. Now with Beast Illusions, which have 4 Phantasmal Claws attack and higher attack too. Some Phantasmal Wolves too, flanking. More Warrior Illusions. Yeah, it doesn't matter that they're big and my Shade Beasts are small. They only have 1 hit point. So our first attack was clean, but on the second one we lost 1 Shade Beast. Our Crow Clan that we had previously empowered to Air 3, now we empower to Air 4. Very expensive, but I do want the boosters. He is Twiceborn, and we also summon the Blue Cap with our Pretender Path We can do this with our glamour gems, and it only has glamour 1, but it's already gonna help to site search for glamour. Normally, I would prefer to site search every province up to 4 or higher, because I think the highest path that you need to find every site of that path is 4, but just 1 is enough to get most of the sites. And through the lab that we built underwater, we're moving mages in with the rings of water breathing. We are casting Voice of Tiamat in the lakes, and we are already finding it. It's eighth water gems, but it's very worth for remote site searching 4 paths at once, all 4 elemental paths. We are attacking the throne here from Irimi. Finally, this is what we're bringing. We have the archers here that we have been used for raiding. We have 134 Nidovas in a big line, lots of attack density, good to buff, but vulnerable to evocations. We have 71 of our sacreds here, some other leftover troops. We have been summoning griffins with our air gems. Griffins, it's better to use your air gems, wait for more conjuration research, and use them to summon draconians, because the draconian commander can generate more draconians. But the griffins are strong. Animals normally have low MR, but animals that are bigger and have more HP and more MR too, and they have 3 attacks, uh, good attack values, decent damage. So I think they're not bad. Some wolves and 107 shade beasts, some zots. And as for mages, we are doing quickness with our wolf clan. We are doing Thunderward because we know that throne there's air magic, and trying to spam misform, because this is already a lot of fatigue, right? Yeah, 100 fatigue. We have a few crows doing that. We have a small communion here, and we are able to do howl and group regeneration. We're still tacking up to army regeneration. We have one of our thugs here with a smasher. In case we take too long to kill the monolith, he can get there and shatter him. Communion slaves. With our bear clan, we can place them near the griffins. Yeah, these are all bear clan. And they can do Rage of the Cornered Rat, which only affects animals but makes them go berserk. We can use our Irons of the Adept Order, finally. And we are doing Giant Strength Warriors and Weapons of Sharpness. We don't have the tech yet to do these types of buffs with a large area of effect, but we're getting there. And but at least the Amazons, the 2 attack Amazons have 4 per square, so each cast will hit 4 of them. And we have our prophet here, who's also going to be a communal master, and then he's going to do divine channeling. Our other majors are all holy ones, so they'll become holy twos. And fanaticism, which will improve greatly the morale of the, not greatly, it says here just max 1 morale bonus. It's just a sermon of courage, but it's AoE, and then you can summon of courage to do, all other mages will be able to summon of courage to counteract fear and stuff. Okay, they are spread out like that, and let's see how it goes. Okay, so this throne has a monolith, has a bunch of watchers, some Chimeric lions that are very strong, horned serpents, and some normal PD. Uh, you can cheese this throne. The mullet sometimes blasts itself with gifts from heaven, but I didn't have the tech to do that, and I had this big army, which I'm gonna use against Sceleria anyway. So that's how I'm attacking. Communion, Divine Blessing, Quickness, Mouse Body, Legion of Steel. What was that? I think he cast something. Curse of Stones. Horrible. Yeah, these guys that are red they are berserk. Yeah, berserk. The lions are very strong. Small. Yeah, we don't have magic weapons and they're invulnerable 25. But we should get through. Here we're getting blasted by the Watchers and by evocations from the Monolith. We don't get a lot of attack density. Well, that's not true. We get at least 3 attacks per square with the Griffins. Now the Monolith is routing and fatigued out, and he's doing evocation of on wolves. These lions are ours, so we charm them. They're animals too, right? They're magic beings and animals, so they are vulnerable to things that affect each tag. I think they're not commanders, so they're dissolving now. Astral Shield is paralyzing all my animals. Okay, that was a big hit there. No, that's not what I want to see. F1, C, Monolith, V, and the Adept of the Iron Order Soul Slate the Monolith for 996 damage on the head. And this is the battle summary. We lost 15 of our 40 Griffins, 6 Nidvatads, 43 Nidovor, which I assume is the plural, 39 Shade Beasts, Wolves or Zots, and you, of course, take the province. 44. So we have our throne. We can attack Sceleria at any time, but we're still technically in the same war, although Pythium was just defeated. We still have one province here. And I could attack at any time, but since I'm not in a rush and they're fighting Calum too, We're gonna build a fort here to protect this throne and to be a nice entrance point for our war. And we can watch the Machaka fight against Pythium. So not a lot left. He has a hero here. What is this? Cool, the Master of Games. Oh, 4 attacks. But yeah, shouldn't be a problem for this Banefire spam. Already destroying the archers, the spiders too. The Titan is dead. So yeah, they'll make short work of this. Didn't lose a lot. Somehow lost 3 sorcerers, probably due to archer fire, and 19 black hunters. Turn 45. We have more people claiming thrones, and we just got our first throne. And Machaka is finally defeated. Rest in peace. You have been a good opponent. And we're still site searching. We're moving our stuff here to prepare for the war. Turn 46. Machaka attacked here. Now, I don't remember exactly if Machaka joined the war or if he talked to Sceleria and said, look, you didn't do much. You're not going to get these provinces after all. But it looks like it was an agreed attack. Or maybe not, because there's some PD. I'm not sure now. And now the marshlands, for I don't know what time, got another attack from that side with the Windmaster and alchemical amalgams. These are ethereal units, which are even stronger, have a 17 damage magical attack and a shock explosion. So again, I'm gonna have to deal with this. I can summon these as Marignon. RPD couldn't handle it. We are teleporting our pretender to the throne. He's gonna take advantage of the construction bonus to craft some stuff with magic paths I don't have on my mages and cross paths. Here I attacked in. I just recruited very few Nidilva, although that's not the... Yeah, the plural is Nidilvor. Nidilvor. And just used a couple of mages I had nearby to buff them. And there's some wolf tribe PD, but they're very killy. And they're not happy to get attacked by these enlarged, quickened warrior ladies. But I'm not at war within. I had a non-aggression pact. Now, what happened here is I learned this all later, but Ind attacked Asphodel, which is good. I think people should attack Asphodel. In fact, I wanted to team up on people against them. But Asphodel won the war. And Asphodel won the war. And when he knew he was going to lose, although he still had stuff here, he messaged me and said, "Oh, I'm dead. Please take my provinces before Asphodel gets it." And I didn't have any troops here. My troops were over here and here. So I said, "Okay, buddy, I don't have anything there, but I'll try." And I recruited just one turn the girls, and I took this province. Asphodel was really not happy with this, and I think he was a bit paranoid that there was a conspiracy to not let him have any spoils from his war. And he told me, "Look, you're not getting this province. I didn't start this war. Um, I'm gonna end up with very few provinces after being attacked." And I had no idea that other people were doing that too. And I said, "Yeah, okay, you can take it." And I didn't think it was a big deal to a vulture, like a single province. In my view, it's like a tax you pay when you win a war, even if the other neighbors have naps. Since the guy's salty, the guy losing is salty, he doesn't want you to have it. And well, I wasn't part any of any conspiracy because I wasn't preparing for this, but it was more like it asked me to, and I said sure, no problem. But of course, it's not beyond me to be in a conspiracy against Asphodel. In fact, I think everybody should. But anyway, I think that tilted Asphodel a bit. But since I gave it back, he was okay with it. I didn't lose anything anyway, and I don't want to stress my relations either. And I didn't really care about this province. I really wasn't preparing to take it. I just took it more on Int's request, and I want to fight Asphodel, but now is not the time. And again, my troops are all the way over here, so and our border grew with the Pythium War. So now is not the time for us to fight. We are immediately taking advantage of the throne, forging cornucopias, skull staffs. Are forging boots of the messengers, all with dwarven hammer. So we get the hammer, the discount from the hammer, which is -2 gems on each forge, and then we get the 20% bonus from construction from the throne, and the items end up being very cheap for us. The boots of the messenger are nice for the reinvigoration, also for moving troops around. And even though my units are fast, they can be even faster. And for example, the Iron Order adepts, they're old and slow. I mean, their initial map move is good, but at old age, it gets only 10. And I would like to have gotten this province that separates the Tower of the Iron Order from the Throne of the Artificer from Machaka, but he got here first. So I can't just use. If you press Control M, you can see, and you click on a province, you can see the cost to go to a province. It's hard to see, but it's 24 there. And so I have to move from here to here just to go from the Tower of the Iron Order to Irene here to go to the Throne of the Artificer. Just to go from the tower to Irene is 20 movement points because you pass by a forest and he doesn't have forest survival. So having these boots or boots of quickness are good for this too. It's very helpful when moving commanders around. Turn 47. We are constructing here. We are now summoning flame spirits because we don't have fire mages, and we want to forge with that. We want to site search with that, and eventually we want them to support our armies. And Asphodel took back the province that we said they could have because they didn't want us to vulture, and we accepted. Now, I don't want to deal with all of this right now. It's not the time. So yeah, he has stacks like this everywhere, and some of them are sacred. Let's see their bless. Yeah, we already knew that they had fire resistance, defense skill. I think it's even higher from a throne. Blood surge, righteous wrath, and awareness. But he got unholy weapons too when his pretender woke up. We're gonna have to take the marshlands back, but we moved some our shade beasts up here with our bane, and this is the script. They're just gonna attack right away, and we'll see how that goes. Yeah, with magic weapons, it's very easy. Even so, due to the shock explosion, we lost 14 shade beasts. And Indians really don't want to leave me alone. My apprentice here was researching in the library, trying to become better because he's very inept. And he got attacked by giant rats, which are 100% disease resistant, very appropriate. Yeah, just attacking with your dagger is not going to do it. No trees for you to reanimate. In this turn, we are at turn 48, and only now I got a blood random. It was a very nice blood random, a blood 3. So I'm glad for that. And I twice born him because I don't want to lose him. And now I'll start blood hunting. I think this is a good province to blood hunt because, well, you can choose to blood hunt under a fort, but I don't want to do that because when you set up a blood hunting province, one thug can jump in there in magic phase attack and destroy your whole operation. And the reason why I don't want to do it in a fortress is it raises the unrest, and the unrest raises the income. And my forts are generally, except this one, because that's where I get the lizard shamans, are generally on high income provinces. So this is blocked by the provinces here that don't have connections. It also has a mountain pass here and then a lake here. Um, it's near Machaka, but I'm very peaceful in Machaka. So to blood hunt, I think you should have at least between 15,000 and 7,500 population. Otherwise, it's not worth it. Below 5,000 definitely is not worth it. And the more population it has, the better. But this is a decent number to a blood hunt. And apparently, we just got our first Zot blood random too. I have been recruiting them every turn from our underground fort here. And I don't think I noticed because he's researching, but he's gonna start blood hunting soon. These guys, I really don't want depth ones. They're very bad researchers, even worse than my apprentices. And they are more expensive. They have nice things because they're stealthy, but I just to have them research like that, it isn't worth it. But to fish for this random and the other randoms, well, in particular, the blood is okay. Our first flame spirit, he starts with magic 3. We put a skull on fire of fire on him. He can't craft that himself, but our pretender has the death fire crosspath. So we gave him that, and now he's gonna go around our provinces searching for our fire sites up to 4. Turn 49. We are just summoned some stuff. Forest Troll Tribe, Summon Spectre. Mostly is because I want cross paths that I don't have. I don't have this cross path, for example. And now he's forging this game has Lucid's gem generators mod, and it doesn't add a lot of items, but it adds a few more temporary gem generators, which I think it's nice. Nice to have other options, and it doesn't change the game that much because you're not even sure that the you're going to get value from the gem generators because you might lose the mage on the first battle. But it is nice to have also because it reduces the amount of gem logistics you have to do that can get annoying. So, for example, without this crosspath, I wouldn't be able to craft this. I got the forest troll tribe because I don't have this crosspath either, although I'm not crafting anything right now. And it comes with a few trolls that we're gonna use right away. Now we are finally attacking Sceleria. I didn't give him any warning, but I don't have to because we don't have an app. He didn't ask for an app. I can see that Calum is doing so well that now he's raiding here near the capital. And the original player from Calum lost was losing the war, and the sub was he was very generous to sub in the game for us, but also he was playing very well when he was turning the war around. So yeah, I like to be in a 2v1 again because as you can see, I'm scaling on the back of this. I'm site searching, constructing, now start blood hunting. I have a lot of mages researching. But I want to get a second capital. I I got nice provinces and forts from the first war. So I'm wondering if how well Caleb's gonna do and if how much he's gonna ask because he has been fighting him for longer. But in any case, we are attacking with a lot of stuff here. We are doing an attack with a bunch of Zots because this province connects to our underground system. And they would be much better at spamming skeletons if they were death too. But since I don't think when they're not randoms, their upkeep is not worth anyway. I'm gonna use them as raiders, and the trolls I have can hold the line until a lot of skeletons are pumped out. Also, on this turn, Marion was defeated. Rest in peace. He was fighting Naba. Well, I don't have vision there, but I think it's here, these flags that owned by independents. I think it's around here somewhere. They were fighting and Naba won that war. Before I end this episode, we could do a review of our graphs and our research and our site searching. We have Conjuration 6. It allows us to summon a lot of good stuff, good commanders and troops if we want. Although I don't think we will need a lot of summoned troops now that we have a decent income of 4,600. We are going for enchantment 6, alteration 7, enchantment 7. This is more towards battlefield magic. Looking at the graphs, again, we have the graphs because only the mundane graphs due to a special site we found site searching. So provinces, as for those ahead, Machaka is below. I'm tied with Shinoyama for third place. If as for those still growing, Machaka seems to have stopped after the war with Pythium. And I want to use the opportunity to catch up to the top players with this war against Sceleria. On forts, Machaka and Asphodel are very high, so they're really scaling now. Although Asphodel gets pop kill. Income, I was tied with Machaka, but now that Machaka got Pythium's cap, he's ahead. Gem income is raising nicely with all the site searching. Blood, we didn't start yet, but we're starting now. The research was rising fast, but now that I'm attacking with a lot of mages, I'm gonna stall on research for a bit. Dominion keeps going nicely with all the temples I'm building and my god finally waking up. And this is a big problem, but is a problem that we are delaying for the future. And Sceleria is losing a lot of skeletons, it seems, to Kalon. Well, that's gonna make our job easier. And now finally we have 2 points of ascension for having one throne, but 4 players already have 2 thrones. Okay, see you next time.